No, I love some to my channel. I'm Annette and this is A Vintage Splendor, your favorite destination for vintage and thrifting. I'm really excited about today's video because I want to share my fashion rules with you. These are not the rules that you will find flipping through Cosmo or some like online fashion website. I've developed these rules over the last 20 to 30 years that I've been obsessed with shopping, fashion, vintage, and thrifting, and they serve as the foundation of shopping and styling. One of the questions I'm always asked is how I find so many gems when I'm vintage shopping and thrifting. Well, these rules serve as my foundation when I'm shopping, but I also apply them when I'm styling because they go hand in hand. Anybody can shop for anything, but it's how you pull it together. So these rules will work for you if you are new to thrifting, if you're new to vintage shopping, or you're just really trying to hone in on your personal style. I think this is a really great foundation. And then if you are an expert thrifter or vintage shopper and you're just curious about how my mind works, this video is also going to help you. I just think it's really fun to take a moment from hauls and styling and just really get down to the basics of like why I buy things and how I pull them together. Let's get started. The first rule, and this should not be a surprise to anybody, is invest in denim. And I don't mean drop $300 on a single pair of jeans. I mean invest in denim that makes you feel amazing. Denim is the foundation. It is the cornerstone of any outfit, of any closet, of any wardrobe. You can fight me on this, but you need really great denim. Denim works for so many different occasions. You can wear it anywhere. I mean, minus a wedding or a funeral, you could literally wear denim anywhere. You could dress it up, you could dress it down, and it just gets better. It's one of those like pieces in your wardrobe that'll just get more and more comfortable the more you wear it. And it's really important to find a style that works for you. I have over 50 pairs of vintage denim. You don't need to be crazy like me and invest in that much denim, but that is something that I love. I feel like that is my fashion crutch, or it is my fashion sweats, whatever you want to call it. But I find that denim should live in everyone's closet. And I get it. Denim is kind of hard for a lot of people because it's not something that you can always like take off the shelf and it's going to work for every body type or every size. But that's why I think you need to invest the time into trying a lot of different types of jeans, a lot of different types of styles, brands, and sizes to find the right fit for you. You know, I used to buy denim new, and then about 15 years ago I tried on a pair of vintage Levi's at the thrift store. This is when they were like $5 and it fits so well, and then from there I sought out every style of vintage Levi's until I basically built a really great foundation of vintage Levi's. So I have my Levi's for when I want to feel dressy. I have my ripped up Levi's when I want to be a little bit more casual. And I've gone a little bit to the extreme. So I have specific denim to wear with my Western boots, and then I have denim that I wear with my heels. But I think finding denim and knowing what style works for you when you're shopping for denim, you need to start with the denim that is going to be, whether you want to call it your fashion crutch or your sweatpants, they should be the denim that makes you feel like $1,000,000 when you wear it. And for some people that may be a flare leg, other people it's a boyfriend fit, and for other people it's a skinny fit. Find what works for you, what makes you feel amazing, and then start there, and then you can add on other styles and sizes and brands that work for you. Always be sure to check the men's department for denim. Most vintage denim is actually a men's style, so I've found a lot of my denim in the men's section or even in the kids section, because people just put stuff there. They're like, this looks like a men's jean. It's going in the boys section or it's going in the men's department. So be sure to look there. Make note of the brand, the style, the year if you can find it, as well as the size. That way you know what works for you. The next fashion rule is to always accessorize. You know, I am not a minimalist, I am a maximalist. And one of my favorite ways to spice up an outfit is to layer on the jewelry, the accessories. More is more. That is the fashion rule for me. So accessories are a great option whether you are a minimalist or a maximalist. So in the minimalist column, I would say if you are someone who doesn't love to do a lot of prints or a lot of color, or maybe you have a capsule wardrobe, but you're looking at ways to change up the pieces that you have, accessories are the easiest way to spice up or change up that classic LBD that you have. Huge earrings, changing up your hair, and adding a belt that can really change a simple dress that maybe you've worn a bunch of times and you want it to have a fresh look. Now on the other side, if you are a maximalist like moi, you want all the layers. I mean, for me, I feel like life is too short to save anything for a special occasion. That is why you will see me blinged out and wearing all of my accessories in one outfit. I just love the texture, the personality, the color that accessories add to an outfit, which is why you'll see me wearing earrings and necklaces and bracelets and belts and even a hat. I know people love to quote Chanel and say she took off like one or two pieces to go out. I'm the opposite. I'm always thinking of how to add more pieces. I know accessories can cover a lot of different pieces. That's why I'm going to share my 3 go-tos with you. So let's start with the first one, belts. You need belts, whether it is a classic like a camel leather belt or a really gaudy gold chain belt or something in a different color that's huge. It's a statement. And I'll tell you 2 reasons why you need a belt. Number 1, it pulls together so many different types of outfits. If you are into mixing prints or colors, a belt really serves as a foundation for those 2 pieces to come together. And I think it just like ties everything together with a nice little bow on top. Belt really helps define your waist and your figure, and I wholeheartedly mean like we should be celebrating all bodies, all types, all sizes, and a belt is a really great way to show off those curves, and I really love to do that at the natural waist with a great belt. Number 2 is statement earrings, and these are going to be your go-to whether you are going to a cocktail party and you want to add something to that cute dress that you have, or if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt and you feel like you just need to spice it up a little bit. Those earrings are really going to help change that up for you. And I'm going to leave this up to you to define what those statement earrings are for you. I think for some people who are like me, they love just like ginormous earrings, which I typically wear because they're gold, they're colorful, they're just really in your face. And for some other people, it could be like really delicate, fine jewelry, but that's still a statement. Number 3 for me is a hat. Of course, a hat is very practical because it helps protect our skin from those nasty UV rays that like to cause premature wrinkles. It also protects your hair on a windy or rainy day, but it also helps you pull together that outfit. Again, I talked about like leaning into an aesthetic. Well, if you are going for just the Western core vibe, like a great hat helps pull that outfit together. Even if you don't have, Western boots, or you don't have like a cool fringed jacket, the earrings, the belt, and the hat are all items that will make you look instantly stylish without much effort. So if you are having one of those off days, or maybe your outfit is just very simple and you're like looking for that right piece, adding all 3 or one of those pieces will instantly jazz it up. And I promise you, people will stop and look at you and think, wow, she's super stylish. I don't know why, but accessories are never picked over at thrift stores, flea markets, estate sales. I feel like everybody always goes for handbags or home goods or clothing and they forget about accessories, but those are oftentimes the best deal. So you can find earrings or necklaces or belts from as cheap as 50 cents to, $10 at any of these places. And this is why I think it's important for you to start thinking about accessories when you're shopping and styling, because you can invest in, 5 or 6 earrings that really can transform the way that you style your outfits without spending a lot of money. Now, when you buy these accessories and you bring them home, spend some time to just try out different belts and see what combinations you like, or try on your earrings and have some fun with it. Like put your hair up, maybe put your hair behind your ears. I like to do this usually when I'm wearing ginormous earrings to show them off, even though I typically wear my hair down like this. So you want to try out your earrings, or maybe your necklaces, buy a bunch of necklaces. Try layering them up. If you have a pin, maybe you can wear it as a pendant. So try to mix up things in a lot of different ways and see what works for you. Fashion rule number 3, don't ever, I mean ever, buy any of your designer items retail. I only buy my designer items vintage or secondhand. And I will tell you why. I've got a lot of opinions on this that I have shared on TikTok or Instagram, but most designers go on sale, and even the ones that don't go on sale, the more they increase their prices, the quality degrades. So let's take a Chanel bag. So in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even in the early aughts, Chanel handbags were handcrafted. They used high quality leather, and all of the gold detailing was actually dipped in 24 karat gold. So that's why they look so incredible. The new stuff is machine made and it's just colored metal, and the leather quality is far worse than anything you could buy 30, 40 years ago. I love fashion. I love designer pieces. I especially love designer bags, and I consider them an investment. But no one should be spending $10,000 on a mass-produced, mass market bag. I feel like that is what Chanel has turned out to be. Even if you have the money to spend $10,000 on a bag, don't do it. Buy vintage or secondhand. You'll save upwards of 70% off of retail. If you buy vintage, you're gonna have a unique bag. If you buy secondhand, you're saving a ton of money. And if it is a quality bag, it'll last you for years and years. And let me tell you this, friends, the money you save buying vintage or secondhand, you can put that money into your retirement. You can travel with it. So by the time you are retired, you've traveled the world, you have an incredible wardrobe, and you've got a really nice retirement savings account. So if you've bought items retail, this is not to shame you. This is why you're here. It's for a little bit of education. There are a ton of resale sites out there. So whether you have the cash on hand and you're ready to buy, or maybe you need to save up money, do a closet clean out sale, get cash for it, and invest that into a bag. I will die on this hill. Do not pay retail for your designer. Come talk to your favorite gal, and I will walk you through the process. I will help you find that key piece that you want, because this is something I'm really passionate about. Passionate about fashion, but I'm also passionate about money that's in my retirement account. Moving on, my next fashion rule may be a little polarizing, but I really believe in it, hence why it is one of my fashion rules. So it is, do not limit yourself to either a minimalist capsule wardrobe or going only after trends. If you are just getting into fashion, or maybe you're trying to figure out your personal style, these are good buckets to start from and then start honing in on your personal style. So I would say if you are trying to define your personal style, the easiest way to do it is create a Pinterest board, maybe go old school and just cut out a bunch of inspiration from different fashion magazines or style magazines and just put them out there, and then start making lists of like a specific aesthetic or a vibe that is jumping out. at you? Are there key pieces that you see over and over again in your inspo? Like that could be jeans, it could be like pinup style dresses, it could be anything. Make a list of that and then build your personal style from there. I feel like fashion is such a fun way to explore our personality and what we love, and we tell the world, hey, this is who I am. And with that said, only dress for yourself. Don't dress for other people. And to pigeonhole yourself in either one of these buckets, I feel like you are leaving a lot out there where you could be having so much fun. My style ranges. I go anywhere from wearing my early 1900s Edwardian-esque underwear as outerwear to 1980s dynasty-inspired mom and everything in between, because I love it all. I just have this incredible love of vintage and fashion, and every day I want to display it, so I have a ton of fun with it. So I think for you, you could be a little bit more focused, or you could be as wide-ranging as I am. It is all good. I think it's really important to spend some time to identify what your aesthetic is, and you could use like a lot of like the core trends, or you could use a capsule wardrobe to start building on that. It's really figuring out what you love and what works for you so that you can have that frame of mind when you are styling. You know what your aesthetic is, you know what your vibe is. You might go through this exercise and say, you know what? I'm actually more of a minimalist. I like neutral tones, and that's okay. That is what makes you happy. So when you're styling, you could really have that as your foundation, as your styling pieces, because then every day you're gonna have so much fun getting dressed. Let's say you like are really bohemian, you love the Indian gauzy dresses, you love pairing it with cowboy boots. Doesn't mean you can't try a super 80s like leather catsuit. You can do both. By identifying what your personal style is, you will be much more focused when you are shopping. So when you're out there thrifting, if you know what your style is not, you're not going to look in that section. I always say I avoid the all black section because that is not my vibe. I don't look in the all black section for anything because I don't need anything solid black. So if you know what your personal style is, then you know which sections to go to. If you're at the thrift store or at the flea market, or even if you're shopping online, you're not going to have this thought of, can I pull this off or not? It's either going to be like, I love this, I'm buying it, or you know what, this isn't what I want. On that note, I think we need to stop saying, I wish I could pull that off. If you love it, you can pull it off. My last fashion rule is fit and tailoring. This is so important. Even if you don't dive into the world of thrifting or vintage, I think finding pieces that fit you perfectly or investing a little bit of money to get them tailored is so important. I love vintage blazers because they all have those gorgeous shoulder pads that just give really nice structure. And there was a reason why they were so popular, is because they really gave women that strong shoulder. They were nipped in at the waist, and it just really gave you this beautiful angular look. And I get it, it's not for everyone, but I love it. Let's say you find amazing pair of vintage denim and it fits you perfectly in the hips and in the booty, but it's a little baggy in the waist, which is a problem for a lot of women actually. Buy them and take it to your tailor and have them take it in at the waist. Like, the hardest part is the booty and the hips for so many of us. So just invest a little bit of money, find a trustworthy tailor, and make that denim fit you like a glove. Like, I've taken pieces that just like don't have any shape and I've asked my tailor to take it in, or I've turned it into a top and a skirt. I've really like thought about how I would rewear this piece. I am not a vintage purist, so I feel okay reworking pieces to make them work for me. Something else is, do not get bogged down by sizes, especially when shopping for vintage or when you are thrifting. I was just having this conversation with someone and she said, how do you not pay attention to size? I said, I just kind of take a look at it and like assess if I think it's going to fit. I pull it and then I try it on. I don't look at the size because I've tried on pieces that were marked a vintage 16 or a size large and they fit me exactly like a piece that's marked a size 0. I've also tried on pieces that were a junior size 16 and they didn't even go up past my knees. You can also just take a measuring tape, know your measurements of course, and just measure things before you try it on. I always measure the hips of items because my body has changed over the years and not everything's gonna work for me in the hips anymore. So I quickly measure the hips and I'm like, okay, this is probably gonna fit me. And then I try it on. If you're trying to build a wardrobe that is going to stand the test of time, for me, I am looking at pieces that I will have for the long term, and that's where I make the investments and alterations. Those are my fashion rules, and I have to say they serve as the foundation for me when I'm out shopping and when I'm styling pieces. I absolutely love fashion and I really enjoy shopping and pulling together looks and offering that kind of inspiration. So I hope that these rules you can apply the next time you're out shopping and when you are styling. It's been so much fun exploring this new platform with you all. Please let me know what else you want to see from me. I'm so excited to create more content for you, whether it's more vintage hauls or it's thrifting or it's styling videos. Like, I want to do it all and I will, but I want to know what you want to see from me next. So let me know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. It really means so much to me. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss more content. See you later.